Here it is.
I smell diesel. I smell diesel.
Stay right here.
Oh. I hear it. Cover my ears.
Good afternoon. It's Saturday, September 6th, and we're here at McKinley Siding 223.9. I think it's actually 223.6. McKinley Siding. It's about 3 miles roughly south of Talkeetna Depot. It's at the end of Woodpecker Road. This is the cruise ship train that I've talked about in previous videos. We're at the northernmost end of its route, of its run. Right now the crew is going to be swapping ends because there's a locomotive on the other end. Unfortunately, all the Princess buses showed up, so it kind of blocks the view of the train. And speaking of Princess, this is Holland America Princess's cruise ship train. They charter this train set from the railroad every year for the entire summer season. Its headquarters in the summertime is Seward, so it makes the run from Seward to Whittier through Anchorage, then here to McKinley, and then it retraces and steps back to meet the cruise ship. And these buses right here, these buses come from the McKinley Princess Lodge, which is mile 135, roughly thereabouts, on the Parks Highway north of Trapper Creek. So these buses come down from the hotel, they bring passengers for the train, and also vice versa, right? So the buses will come down, bring people from the hotel, they get on the train, they go to the train and the ship. You also have passengers that ride up on the train from the cruise ship, come here, get on the buses, and they go to McKinley Princess Lodge. And to my understanding, what I've been told by those that would know, that's the reason why this train is called the McKinley Express, is because it's tied into the McKinley Princess Lodge. And we have the 3015 here on the head end, or tail end, depending on the direction of travel. GP 40-2 with head end power. Then we have a 4300 on the other end of the consist. So let's see about driving down the other end real quick and get a view of that. All right, we're at the other end of the McKinley Express, and as you can see, there's a lot of people getting ready to board the train. I didn't really see a lot of people getting off the train, which is interesting, but it is the end of the season here, so a couple of weeks left of all these trains, and then we'll be back to the Aurora and winter hurricane turn and freight trains. And on the other end of the train here, we have the 4326. So is there a train coming, the McKinley Express southbound? Last I checked, it was just a few miles out of Talkeetna, so it's going to be going by here rather quickly. And when I say quickly, as in soon, it'll be passing by here. We'll walk down here. And there you can see the McKinley sign there. Princess, the passenger operations down here done by Princess has been going on for almost 20 years. I can't remember exactly. I think it was like around 2008 when they moved all the operations out here, and if I remember right, the siding here was where that little access road is, right? The siding was pretty close to the main. And then the track was moved over. They rehabbed the whole siding and access road right there. So the buses can come in, go in between the siding and the main, loop around, and then park there by the train. And the reason why they did that was because, well, quite a few things made that happen. One of the big reasons is the train comes into Talkeetna and ties up the main while they did the passenger operations. And with the advent of other trains such as the McKinley Express, McKinley Express, a lot of the dinky trains, that's what resulted in having the McKinley Express out here just south of Talkeetna. (2008) yeah, I think it was 2008 is when they first started using this out here for passenger operations. All right, we'll see where the other train's out here shortly. And there goes the McKinley Express heading to Whittier. All right, and so they're going to start loading up all their passengers here, and then they'll head south. So let's see what else is going on around here. All right, so as you can see, just the tail end of the passenger operations here. They got a few passengers left aboard. All of the motor coaches have departed back to McKinley Princess Lodge. And I realized that I call them, the motor coaches, I call them incorrectly. They are motor coaches, not buses. As one bus driver, motor coach driver told me, they're motor coaches because they have bathrooms. I didn't know that made a difference. So it won't be long here. They're going to load up, and then they'll make their way to the south end of the siding. They'll line the switch, pop out on the main, line the switch back to the main, and they'll head on south. And then we will depart ourselves. Well, here's some live action. An ambulance is arriving, so there must be a medical emergency here. Oh my. That's not good. However, they did shut the lights off, so that is a good sign. Let's hope it's not a life or death situation. So with that said, this actually might change. This might change the rest of the video. I have somewhere to be along with my family, and this is going to most likely take a little longer than what I anticipated. So with that said, there may not be another segment. This may be it. But if there is, you'll see it. Thanks for watching, folks. All right, just a real quick outro. Yeah, the glass is cracked there. Little outro. Yeah, they're going to be here for a little bit. There's a passenger who is sick, but another EMS showed up and they're going to take care of her. So, conductor, I just talked to him briefly and everything's going to be okay. But we are heading out. So there's a view of the McKinley Express as we go down a bumpy little road. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.